grumpy vulture. And the grumpy vulture wanted to be here to do a special thank you, because now someone we know as Duck, right? Well, Duck is now number 30. And the grumpy vulture wants to give him a thank you stink eye. Yeah, give him one, give him the other, give him both. Yeah, thank you stink eye. Now, he's no longer going to, when I drive by his house, I'm going to key up the PA and yell, number 30, instead of Duck. That's it. You're just amazed, aren't you? You are just amazed at who number 30 was, aren't you? You were as surprised as I was, weren't you? Yep. As a matter of fact, I woke your ass up this morning to show you who number 30 was. And I know you didn't like it. But then when you found out, you were jumping for joy, weren't you? Yep, you were jumping for joy. And I'll tell you what, friends, he never jumps for joy. The only thing he jumps for is bite. And that's not nice. Because we named the road to the studio after you. Didn't we? We call it Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. And we even have a special sign that's over in Studio 8, don't we? And what did we name the production company? Grumpy Vulture Production. Didn't we? And for you to be happy, that's not vulture-esque, is it? But today you were doing the old vulture hop, almost like there was roadkill. So one more special think I thank you, and then I'll put I know you want to go back in your cage. You're going to give them a left and a right and a twin. All right. A special grumpy vulture thank you to number 30. All right. Give them that eye. Give them that eye. All right. Give them that eye. And give them both eyes. Zoom in. You want to zoom in? All right. A special thank you to number 30. You want to go back in your cage? All right. Back in. Back in. Yep. Number 30. I fell out of my chair this morning. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. But a huge thanks. Not only for being number 30, but being somebody that actually follows the grumpy old man. Because I know I don't really produce anything that's newsworthy here. But as I explained, it makes my dream come true. Because YouTube is this amazing worldwide phenomenon that I still find it hard to believe that I could be sitting here bitching and somebody in Australia or in London or in South Africa is watching going, who the hell is this idiot? Especially, the people across the pond, because, they're more reserved. They don't understand us old Americans. Although I do have some friends across the pond. I don't have any subscribers across the pond. That would be cool. But in order for me to know, you'd have to put it in the comments. Like, I'm from London, or I'm from, Perth, or, because I wouldn't know. But it would be nice if the rest of you 29 would drop a comment. Now, I know I have Canadian followers, can't forget our good Canadian friends up there. So I know I've got Canadian followers, but it would be nice if the rest of you would drop a comment and say, I'm from here, I'm from there, and then I'll read them out. I won't read names, but I'll read out, I've got one from London, and I've got, one from wherever. It would be neat to know if I'm getting past Cleveland. Like I say, I have a loyal Canadian subscriber, her and her husband. But it would be nice to know where you other 29 are. And the new microphone finally arrived. Tomorrow I'll tell a story about it. But what's neat about this mic is it changes colors. Look at that. It changes color. Now I can lock it on a color. I can lock it on red or green or blue, but I think it's kind of neat that it does a rainbow of colors. And hopefully the volume isn't blowing people out of their chairs. That's what I say. Every time I get a new microphone, I got to do volume adjustments. And this one right now is on a desk stand. Tomorrow, it's going to be on an arm. Because I've got a shock mount here that it slides into, and then the shock mount mounts on the arm, and well, it's supposed to adjust. Look at that. It's not, well, it must be busticated. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, see it. You can, that's what I'll have to do once it's on the arm is adjust it, but that's the shock mount that this mic will go into. I didn't want to fool around with everything because I wanted to give it a quick test, and I've got the volume set somewhere. I think it should be, once I run it through the program, we'll see if it's got to go adjust it up or. But then tomorrow when I get it the arm, it's got to be adjusted again. And the work crew came in first thing this morning and put my light out. And I've got it on the stop police. I like that. I think that's cool, that red and blue flash. So we're gonna of course, we're going to experiment with, because this thing's got multitude of lighting. Some of it just it is just too bright. Although well, like I say, now that they've got it mounted, I can play with these because supposedly I could dim it or make it brighter. So I'm going to mess with that tomorrow. But I had to come on and do a short thank you to number 30. Even though I thanked number 30 yesterday, now I know who number 30 is. A good friend. Someone I've known for years. And Timmy, if you're watching, Duck is number 30. I can't remember what number you are. I know you've been an early subscriber. And this thing's supposed to have, I'm not going to mess with it. I could mute myself forever. I mean, I just plugged it in. I didn't even read the instructions. I know that the clear button is for adjusting the color. But I'm not going to mess with anything else right now until I see where the volume level is. Because every mic is different. Every mic I have got is different. And why so many microphones, you ask? When the average person only needs one? Because 90% of the microphones I have were gifts. And you don't live a gift microphone in the on-off switch. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you talk about the post office. This microphone was mailed 2 days before the light. 2 days before the light. And the light got here 2 days before the microphone. Figure that out. Now, this is not like the Blue Yeti. It's not a professional studio microphone. Okay? This is what they call a Vivitar streaming mic. And by no means is it professional quality, because even with the bass, it don't weigh much. But see, my buddy's production studio out in Burbank gets tons of microphones to experiment. Companies send them out for free and say, hey, give us your opinion and keep the mic. Well, this mic is for the average YouTuber like me. And the reason that they They got like 4 of these, I think he said. And they were set up on a round table, and this one YouTube blogger that has guests on his panel all the time, they experimented with that one. Because, first of all, they got them for free. Second of all, they had to test them out. And third of all, this YouTuber is like me. He experiments with a lot of different mics. And he liked the color change mic. So they gave him 3. And they had this one left over. And my buddy's son said, send it to Dave. Because he knows I like weird mic. Although I'll tell you what, that Blue Yeti, the white one, that is one kick-ass microphone. Now, that is what you would call a semi-professional microphone. My goofy cat came in here. And of course, cats, they can never make up their damn mind. They're either in or out to hold them. Make up your mind. The 2 cats are playing hide and seek. I'm not into hide and seek. You know, it would be nice if I could keep a cigarette. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. No, they're not. That's right. I can't. I was going to say I've got those stereo microphones I've got to test out yet, but those need to go through a mixer and an interface. I can't test them over here. But once we get Studio A straightened around, those will be the first ones I test. I can't wait to test those because they're kind of neat. Little twins. And those are professional microphones. Even though they look dinky, those are actually microphones that have been used on stage for concerts. So even though they look dinky and look kind of chintzy, they're expensive microphones. And those are professional grade. This one would do someone like me perfect. Although it is nice to have a professional grade. Because most of the mics that I've been sent that they experimented with are mainly, and they test when they're not doing big production work. They invite bloggers in from the area around Burbank to test the microphones on their channel. And that's how they end up with a lot of them. He was telling me, he says, they've got hundreds of microphones. Because every time a company comes out with a new one, they ship them to them knowing that they do production work for, studios like Paramount, MGM, Warner Brothers. So, they can't be using chintzy mics. But in their downtime, when they're not doing big buck production work, they'll invite them, these bloggers in and say, hey, do your show from our studio and test these mics. And a lot of times, when they leave, they give them the mic, like they did with this guy. They gave him 3. They had 1 left over. And when my buddy's son found it in the storage room, he said, here, send it to that grumpy crab ass in Cleveland. He'll like it. And so far, well, I haven't done the playback. So I have no idea what it sounds like, what the volume level is at. But if this volume level is where in the area it should be, I will mark it with the indelible pencil so I can't rub it off. But tomorrow when I put it in the shock mount, it's going to be adjusted again. Plus everybody will get to see it change color. And with that, I think I'm going to fix me a quick dinner, watch some murder mysteries on Roku, and then go night. And with that, the grumpy old man is going to sign off. But from me and the grumpy vulture, number 30, you're a hell of a guy. You made my money. And you made Grumpy's because he was jumping around like an idiot. So with that, number 30, have a good night. And friends, I will talk to you tomorrow. See you, bye.